This is a commentary track for Conan the Barbarian 1982, runtime 2 hours and 10 minutes. For those using the original DVD, begin immediately at the start of the main track as the Universal logo fades in. For any other version, the opening quotation will appear after 17 seconds into the commentary track. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. Alright. Hello everybody, if you can't tell, it's me and Matt from Super Best Friends Play. Hello
Hey.
Matt. Okay, today what we're going to do something that, I don't think you guys have ever really done this. You did something sort of like this one time. But we're going to be watching Conan the Barbarian. We're going to be doing a commentary track because we're just so knowledgeable about such things. Probably you more so than me, Matt.
For this particular movie, like I've seen it like I don't know, dozens of times. I usually put this on if I need to go to sleep. Like it's always on Netflix. They'll never take it off. No. And I've watched it a bunch of times. I know a few things about it.
Now, me, whenever I do my Picardo streams, which everyone knows about and everyone goes to,
yes,
then usually I watch two films just religiously, and it is The Thing, and it is also this movie, Conan.
Okay.
And people get sick and tired of it, but fuck them because I love it.
You're right to love it. So it said that which doesn't kill us only makes us stronger. That's incorrect. Everyone knows.
Are you suggesting otherwise?
Oh no, that means you're as weak as a baby.
You're just lying there, you're missing all of your limbs. I've never been stronger than this. No one can defeat me now.
It's really hard. If I recall, the guy that's speaking right now is Splinter.
He is Mako.
Yes.
The voice actor Mako, who you might know as from Samurai Jack, which hasn't had its new season launched yet. It's coming out soon. Yes. He's actually from quite a number of things, and he died during the production of Avatar, if I remember correctly. And he had to be replaced midway through
the James Cameron Avatar.
No, the Last
Last Airbender, right? The movie, yeah? He died when he saw the movie?
Probably, yeah. That's probably what killed him. Okay. Damn you! So, he's actually in this film. He's doing the narration. And the director, I can't remember, who's the name of the director again?
John Milius.
Yeah, John Milius. He lamented that he wanted Conan to do the voiceover of the intro and do it throughout the film. But the studio heads were like, Arnold can't talk. He's got mush mouth.
Yeah, they're really concerned. Like it. But it's like he's a crazy savage from like a fantasy land. Of course he should talk weird.
I think it's fine, though.
Yeah.
Mako does a great job of doing voiceovers in the first place. He has a really good voice for it. I understand why he wanted that, but I kind of think it ended up being better that it was Mako that did it.
Because I think Conan would be an unreliable narrator in his own story. I think a sage Asian man from the steppes, the Asian continent in Hyboria is usually called like the steppes or something.
Yeah, even though it's set in like the north, but it's also the east. And also sometimes they go to America for some reason.
That's like, when.
What the fuck is this continent? It's in some of the stories. There's a lot to be said about Robert E. Howard.
There's a lot to be said.
Yeah.
So why I said Mako is the voice of Splinter in the CG Ninja Turtles cartoon movie, TMNT, from like a few years back. He was excellent there, and I think he died. When he died, he was also doing that role, so I think there was like a post, credits like in memory of Mako or whatever. He was really good in that. He was Uncle Jiro, like just like he was the exact same character in that he was.
He has a huge IMDb.
Yeah.
The little subtleties of his performance are what makes him, because you can do like the guy they're getting to. This is probably the worst looking shot in the movie. Unfortunately, they put it right at the start. I don't know this green sky. Oh no! Oh, it's not great. It's acceptable though, I guess.
Do you remember how much of a dick in the cartoon Conan's dad says, "Look at this sick sword. Here you go," and then Conan tries to grab it and he goes, "Nuh-uh, gonna put it under this fucking tomb. You can only get it when you're strong." And he's like, "Why?" Just give me the fucking sword.
Thankfully, I didn't see much. I do remember seeing some of the cartoon, but I remember having this impression of, oh no, it's made for kids. Because there's like little mascots and shit with them.
Yeah, I watched a cartoon not too long ago, like 2 years ago, and actually the first like 5 episodes are kind of like but then as it goes on, they actually, they push the limits of what a kid's show could be, and I thought it kind of held up like the later seasons of it or whatever. This kid looks exactly like Arnold.
Yeah,
he looks just a good like kid.
By the way, this is William Smith, Conan's father, professional bodybuilder. He worked for the CIA, if I remember correctly, for a while. He used to... It seemed like during World War II or something, he was a translator. And he ended up marrying a French lady, and the CIA was like, not having that. So he was, from that point on, not allowed to do government business.
Okay.
And that's William Smith, until he was devoured alive by armored Rottweilers. Not
sure how truthful that is.
Y'all, it'll happen soon. Don't worry about it. Armored Rottweilers are a pox upon our nation.
Oh, this is the track.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned it yet, but if I can pronounce his name correctly.
Basil.
No, it's Basil, but like his last name is Polydorus or something like that.
Polymos.
But he came out of the same school around the same... See, Armored Rottweiler, there they are! They're such good puppies! But he came out of the same school that like George Lucas did and the director did, and I think one or two other people.
Yeah, around the same time, yeah. And
like
I've heard Conan music over and over in like video, like Japan loves it.
Yeah.
Japan has used this in a million trailers. Nintendo used this for trailers for Wind Waker and Metroid Prime.
This is why Metroid Prime.
They did it for... Wait,
why did I say Metroid Prime? It makes less sense for Wind Waker.
Yeah. Well, when you see the trailer for Wind Waker that used it, it was quite effective, but the Metroid one was really strange.
My favorite two tracks are the opening, where it's like the Anvil of Crom, I think, is the main theme. And much later, we get to Battle of the Mountains Part 1. And I fucking love that
Which
track.
one is Riddle of Steel?
I don't remember what scene it's from specifically, but we'll get to it eventually.
Yeah, no, it's all there. There's a score.
This soundtrack is so fucking good. Like, I think that the soundtrack makes this movie more than anything else.
Yeah, if it was just... I don't know, like, a lot of 80s movies have great scores, especially, like, anything that's approaching fantasy or whatever. But, like, yeah, the movie's almost not as good as the music.
People always, like... I remember George Lucas ranting about this during, like, some of the Star Wars documentaries and things like that. But the distinction of what's more important? Is it sound design or is it music? And I've always leaned on music, because music can mean anything to any number of people. And once you hear it, like, even if you don't know the context of a song that you just have never heard of it, you can start imagining things in your head. So if you combine that with actual visuals, you can create any context that you want with it. It's very powerful.
Yeah, I mean, you can take out dialogue and sound effects from a scene like this and just have the music, and it would be, quite good, I still think. But if you took away the music and just had the sound effects, I don't think it would be nearly as effective.
There has to be a very perfect mix of it, and whoever did the sound design for this movie just fucking nailed it.
Something that, like, I'm sure a lot of people agree on is that, like, not all of them, but I find most modern movies almost always have a terrible sound mix where, like, voices, I'm not allowed to hear them. I was
ranting about that the other day.
I'm not allowed to hear. Like Christopher Nolan movies especially.
Where everyone's just whispering, and then all of a sudden the action hits and it just blows out your fucking eardrums.
Yeah.
Why do they do that?
So, I'm not sure if you saw it, but, like, when we did the...
There he is!
There's our hero!
He's gonna get him! Here they come! I told you! I fucking warned you! William Smith, no!
That guy, that helmet, when we did the LP of Twilight Princess, there was a lot of strange connections between Conan and Zelda, that being Midna's helmet.
Yeah. The twin snakes, that sort of element to the design.
There he is. There's that, and I misspoke earlier. It wasn't Metroid Prime that had this song. They reused it for one of the earlier Twilight Princess trailers.
Oh, so I was right to be outraged.
You were.
Yes.
And of course, the other thing that I didn't know, I found out just before, is that, like, I think one of the swords Conan gets in this movie, either the one he gets in the cave later on, or the one that's right there, I think, or whatever. It's called the Master Sword.
He does have two swords in this movie.
Yeah, there's an Atlantean one or whatever, and but one of the swords in this movie was called the Master Sword. They don't call it that in like the credits or supplemental materials. It's called that, and I'm like, what did Miyamoto steal everything from Conan?
Yes, good. This is Conan's mother is, I think she goes by some weird like invented name. Naduska or something like that.
That's a sound effect. Oh, he's coming.
James Earl Jones just fucking nails his whole performance in this movie.
He
looks badass in that armor. He never wears that again, I don't think.
Yeah, it's kind of sucks. Because then he has to wear his goofy dork hair for the rest of the movie.
It's not that bad.
It's so bad.
Well, okay. Maybe it's a little bad. He could have used a little bangs here and there.
Yeah, or something. They said that
the reason why he looks this way is because they wanted to make sure that he looked like completely otherworldly, like he was a race that no longer existed.
Yeah, I know. I've heard that. Like, I think I picked that up somewhere too, like either in another commentary track, whatever. And it does actually work. He does feel like he's not really part of this, especially this creepy stare.
They keep playing it up in the commentary that he's hypnotizing her.
Yeah.
But I never really, like, I guess that's the whole snake thing, snake's hypnotism and everything.
Yeah,
but
snakes have powers.
I heard that as, like, it's almost like she sees something in him. Like, there's something superior about him, his race. And that's what makes her lower her weapon. Like, she's just accepting, or that it's almost like he's warning her, we'll spare the child, but we'll take your life, and she accepts that or something.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, like, she's only really doing this because she is protecting him right now. Like, she doesn't care. Like, she'd die.
She'll die hot, though.
Yeah,
The director during the whole commentary is like, oh, she is so beautiful. And Arnold's like, yeah, she's pretty great. Like, no, she is fucking hot, Arnold.
I like the part where the head comes off, so on and so forth.
Oh, no, my hand's cold.
I guess I'll have to plow my maid.
Oh, no. Don't do that, Arnold.
No, it's okay. No.
And he doesn't even look at what he did. He's just looking at the sword.
Yeah. He's like,
what he did wasn't even worth his time.
He's like, star medal.
And the whole point of that is that this whole movie is about the distinction between flesh and a weapon and how a weapon is made. And the original vision of this movie was it was going to be a trilogy.
Yeah.
And the first movie was the making of the sword, how you make a sword, or, Arnold is the sword himself, how you make a
he
weapon.
gets forged throughout this film.
And the second was supposed to be how you use the weapon. And I think the third one is supposed to be about when not to use it, or like loyalty, or what the sword is actually for in the first place.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that never happened.
And like there was that bit where it was supposed to kind of almost be like James Bond, where after Arnold has done enough movies, they'd get another actor and keep it going forever.
Oh, God. Oh, look at this line of adorable children.
Get back to work, kids.
I-ho. It's off to slavery we go. Take them to the pain wheel.
Take them to the hunger factories.
I love this thing that they take them to, because they joke that it serves absolutely no purpose. It does. It's used for grinding grain, but it's funny just to imagine it's just a wheel out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, and like is it turning the world on its axis? Like,
oh, that would be so cool.
It would
if like the world only turned because enslaved children were made to.
Finally, children will give back after taking so much.
So much. So useless children.
Well, we could put them, like these guys, these Stygians, they're really cool in that way, where they're like, we think children should start giving back.
I think all of this was filmed in Spain. And
That sounds
thankfully
about
Spain
right.
is a diverse enough of a landmass, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Spain or
That
Morocco? Morocco is always one of those big,
they
like...
did have to change locations. I know the majority of it was in Spain, but I know they had to change the locations at least once.
I remember this, like... I hadn't seen this film in, like, a long time up until, the Lord of the Rings movies had come out. And looking back on it now, I'm like... I love that kid. It's a boss kid.
I'm the master of these parts, fuckers.
If you have an ass, I'll kick it. That I remember this film, and I've now seen it like multiple times since, but like it kind of sets the standard that Lord of the Rings did, where it's kind of like, look at all these crazy, like, huge land masses you probably haven't seen in that many films ever up until this point. Like, we're gonna
because everything looks like California somehow. It's amazing how that works.
Everything looks like it's filmed near that one cave.
I was talking. My mom was watching like House on the Prairie or something. Some old folks. She watches that shit all the time.
Right. So do I.
And I passed. Shut up. And I passed by, and it's like, where does this take place? It's like, oh, it's in the Midwest. Thought, this sure looks a lot like California for some reason. It's like, yeah.
A lot of my movies look like that. Now, listen. You can't get the body Arnold gets by just pushing. He has abs.
No, what are you talking about? You use abs all the time whenever you're pushing an easily turnable thing that requires bunches of studio guys to be on the other side, just out of frame to push back.
Some of my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger stories, like, especially if you watch any commentaries of his movies, Commando being one of them, where they constantly talk about, well, here, Arnold, here's a giant tree. Can you pick that up? And he goes, no. And they're like, why? I'm like, because it's heavy. I can't. But you're like really strong. And he's like, but I'm not. I'm human. And there's like several
I never
movies.
picked up on that. This is the same shit kid, isn't it?
I guess
it's the same Weasley kid. He has the same shitty hair.
He does, but I always thought it was just a random guy that shows up one day saying, hey, you got any good slaves? But it could be.
I never really noticed that.
But it could
he's wearing kind of the same thing, too.
Yeah, he's wearing dark skins and armor and shit.
But this is the guy that ends up buying him.
Yeah, bro. Slaves.
Yeah. I know, right? Fucking love slaves.
So good. So convenient.
Bring me your finest slave.
Bring me your cheapest, finest slaves.
Your most expensive free slave. How does he even know language anymore?
At this point, it's implied through that Rocky-like montage that no one ever spoke to Conan once. Now, staring contest, go!
I love how he's so fucking ripped. Whenever movie stars have to get in shape like that, of course, Arnold's just injecting every drug there ever was. He admitted that later, of course.
Yeah.
But like Hugh Jackman's a great example that comes to mind, where to get prepared to be good old Wolverine, he had to eat an entire chicken every single day.
Yeah.
You just have to stuff your body with all sorts of dead animals. That gives you the power.
How many dead animals will make me look like this?
Not enough.
Oh, his voiceover here?
Yes, I love comedy.
He's a scared baby.
Hey, baby.
I thought this was a job interview.
He is a scared baby because he has no fighting experience at all. He's just been
Zero.
pushing that stupid wheel. And some crazy, like, toss him into a pit. He doesn't know why he's there.
This is a
He
disagreement.
could be there the Jesuit t-shirt contest for all he knows.
Is this a mating ritual?
He doesn't know what mating is either.
Yeah, it's true.
He doesn't know anything.
That doesn't even look like it's an
words.
effective attack.
What's this technique?
What is this?
I'll slide you against this thing.
I'm crazy, man.
It's not even really... He just has all this blood just pouring out of his face when he didn't really even do anything.
No, it's Arnold's blood because he bit him, maybe.
Of course, the whole point of the scene is that it's supposed to be very awkward and lame because it's his first fight ever. He doesn't know what the hell's even going on.
It makes sense.
He just had an instinct to defend himself because he's a dumb wild animal. It's the forging of the sword. It starts with a single swing.
The last thing he saw
really
was his mom get killed, and then he pushed a wheel, and now he fights.
So what's your life been like? No, what's my family died? And I pushed the wheel.
I got a job at the wheel.
Job at the wheel.
I'm not even supposed to be here today. I love how he gets all this fun pieces of armor, and
that don't do anything.
Because a lot of people think when they think of Conan, they think of like just the guy wearing a loincloth, whereas in a lot of the older comics and stuff, he has all this armor all the time, like tons of it.
Yeah, he's he's not completely different in the comics, but he is pretty different. Some things have oddly remained the same, but like the cartoon I remember you describing me, there was one episode about the elephant. And I remember, I saw that. I remember that in one of the comics.
Yeah.
Where he meets this weird space elephant.
Yeah, space elephant in a tower.
And he's like, kill me. Just fucking kill me. I'm an elephant. Just slay me now. And in the comics, Conan's like, yeah, okay, I'll do that.
And in the cartoon, it's just like this weird ape. But he's also like a weird alien ape and whatever. But they couldn't make it like a gross like elephant that wants to die. It was just kind of like this random ape that's like, I want to go back to like my home in the stars, and Conan's like, oh, okay, you can do whatever you like.
All right, bye now.
Bye now.
What a great cartoon.
Weird ape man.
I love this trendy. What is this guy laughing about?
He loves it.
He's holding the sword.
Teacher laughed at you.
Arnold got a big laugh out of that whenever he was watching the movie because he forgot about it.
Oh, here we go.
That he's not laughing now. That's feel so.
Like, hey Conan, you can't read. How about we give you advanced poetry?
Now, for all of you that are under the age of 18 or 16 or 13, wherever your country is, you might want to look away from the finest stock, the finest butter faces in all the land.
The finest faces of Booter.
I feel bad for the actress.
I feel real bad because Arnold plowed that later that day when the cameras were off.
Yeah, he probably did.
And why would he act so like he would be just as scared as her here?
No, he's never seen there were no ladies pushing that wheel.
Yeah, no.
He should stand up making a honking noise and point at her. Because he doesn't know what he's looking at.
And all these pervos just watching through the cage.
They love it. This is like the 5th time today that they've seen this.
Conan's like, want to talk about video games?
I love his spinning. That's a good trick. I always love these things with swordplay, fake movie swordplay, where they do a little spin. It's like exposing your back to an enemy is the height of swordplay. But it gives you every advantage.
The thing about when I think of the world of Conan, I don't think of master swordsmen or anything I don't think anyone is that disciplined. They're all kind of like savages almost. That's just my view on it. I've never read a comic where they're like, it's always stupid idiots.
This is supposed to take place 10,000 years before civilization, like recorded civilization.
Yeah.
There is way too much technology and there's writing. You can see them writing. Their maps. There's a fucking map behind them.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, but famously, I love this guy.
Yeah.
What is best in life? Oh, you're just riding with your hair in the wind. Your good old falcon by your side. It's like, shut the fuck up!
It's so
dumbass.
Wrong!
Like if there's a wrong answer.
So why was Conan sitting on their table like he's a flamingo that they're about to eat?
Yeah, he's like the centerpiece. They just put him there. It's like, he's so pretty.
Look at this guy. I found him at the wheel. What a deal.
I guess Ron Weasley here shows back up and it's like, Conan, you've been a mighty warrior for so long. You've killed a whole bunch of people in my name. But you're just a big, dumb, wild animal. It's fun watching you breed all these butterface women, but, just run free now. Go on, boy. Go on, skip!
I always kind of thought it was like, man, he's really good at fighting. Eventually he's going to get smart and fucking murder my ass. I should probably kick him out.
They don't really go into any detail at all about what is happening here, other than he's just being freed. And of course, like a wild animal. It's probably a little column A, little column B.
Yeah. You could have been a little drunk too and just be like, ah.
And here's one of my favorite scenes. Him being chased by the wolves. The director says, at some point, I do this all the time in my streams, but the director says, I don't think the dogs were trained very well. And they go into a long thing about how this is the first day of recording for Arnold and he got injured immediately by the wolves dragging him down off the thing. But at some point during... I misremembered this so much that I would always tell people on stream, yeah, the director said we trained the wolves to attack only Arnold, and so they did.
The wolves betrayed me!
Oh, they're fantastic. I love these wolves.
Yeah, most animal actors, I guess, were trained poorly in the 80s.
Oh, you think?
There was
no standardization.
It was the style at the time.
Yes. Hanging a wolf off your belt. Poorly trained wolf. You said that the trainer was actually fearful of them. Like he was afraid of his own animals.
Oh, man. I sure hope they never want to film my wolves. They're poorly trained.
I don't know why is there an Atlantean king here? Like, the whole thing with Atlantis is that it's sunk, right?
But in a bit of the lore, Sumerians are ancestors of Atlanteans, but they're not in Sumeria. They're like somewhere else, maybe. It's unclear, but like Conan's also always supposed to be told to have descended from Atlanteans. But as to why this cave is here with Atlantean shit, yes, it makes no sense.
Well, I guess some of them survived and they went back to the mainland.
And then lived in a cave.
Yeah. Lived in a cave. Well, the funny thing is, even if this is like a tomb where they just entombed him after he died, they still had to prop him up in his thing and be like, no, he was just living here.
His head's kind of droopy. Now just prop him up with some sticks. It's good.
Oh, no, his head rotted off. It's fine. Just put it back on. It doesn't matter.
He's dead.
Just stuff some dead cats in his neck. You'd be fine.
Just stuff him full of garbage. But we loved him. He was our favorite king.
Yeah.
Yes, garbage.
I have so many Reese's Pieces wrappers. Just shove them in there. Just shove the fuck in. And he's even got this expression like, ah!
I remember the first time I must have seen this, or very, very early on, I remember being scared of this scene, but I was always terrified by skeletons, so...
Skeletons are our lords and master. They're simply... We are at their behest at all times.
At all times. We have to do what they say.
I can't imagine that this sword is of very high quality, considering it's just been rusting in a cave.
I think there is, like, much like Valerian steel, I think somewhere in Conan lore there is like a really good metal, like not star metal from the cartoon, but I think there is a high quality metal that maybe that's what it's made out of, but I don't think the movie certainly goes into it.
No, it doesn't say one way or the other. But I like how somehow his father's sword ends up being even better later on.
The sword of cobwebs.
I should use it to slay mini wolves. Oh, that's good. Don't do that to my sword!
Oh, I don't like it!
At first, I was like, he's turning his hand to give like a thumbs up. Yeah!
And it turns into like flipping the bird. The skeletons haven't risen!
Why is there so much trash inside of him?
I
thought that was Crom.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. But why did Crom is like he must have remembered that as a kid, although because his dad told him about Crom and how Crom's awesome.
maybe he thinks that it's Crom because he discovered him under the mountain, so to speak.
Yeah, maybe.
He's wrong.
Yeah, no. I love a movie where the protagoni spends the entire time being wrong.
And of course, he gets the sword, the wolves run off, and now he's wearing
all the wolf pelts, yes.
Yeah. This is a great rock. Like an explosion of turds.
Ah.
Whoa, bud.
I think he finds this homeless Asian man here.
He finds a lot of homeless Asian men, to be fair.
Sure does.
No, I still at this point, he doesn't really know anything about the world at all. He's just some hobo wandering around.
No, he finds the totally super has a home hot Asian lady.
She's also hot.
Well, this thing.
This thing.
Don't like it. I
especially love this scene for its context.
I'm used to the finest stock.
Now, I really wish that before now he hadn't had that Butterface scene where he's being bred to the finest stock, etc.
Yeah.
Because if not, this would be his first time, and it would make it especially hilarious.
It would be a super memorable first time for him.
Because up to this point, of course, we haven't even gotten to it yet, but guess what? He fucks like every woman in this movie.
Yeah.
But he, up to this point, like, he's had, like, no sexual experience. So I like to imagine that her losing her mind and turning into a fireball and screeching across the room, he just assumes
that's all sex
is.
So
later, whenever it happens again and nothing happens, like, oh, that was a bad time.
When he meets with the girl...
I love that reaction.
Oh!
Ugh.
I don't know if I like this. When he meets up with the girl later and, like, they go out, he's like, okay, is this the part where you turn into the fireball? And she's like, you don't...
What? I thought you turned into the fireball. What?
That's crazy.
Whenever I went to college, my advisor meetings were always like this. With her in the same pose.
Wearing the same skins.
Always had to talk about snakes. I never really understood it. Didn't get much out of those advisor meetings.
You got something.
You see snakes?
Oh,
I love snakes. I love her ratty hair. Unkempt, ratty bed hair is always better than actual, like, human hair.
Always better or always more realistic?
Better.
Okay.
In every way. It's way hotter, too. I wish I could still have that hair.
Yeah.
I still could, but I look like a serial rapist these days.
He just bursts into a fireball. Yes, no, tell me more about the standard.
Wonder if she, like, masturbates in that hut and she turns into a fireball then, too.
And she's like, oh, God, I gotta do the whole thing over again now.
So this is the sea thing. This is how you see the seas?
Please stop talking. I can't understand your crazy accent.
What is this technique he's utilizing here?
It's like Samurai Cop levels of lovemaking.
How often do you scream out Zamora? You should start doing that.
I should.
Whenever you're in coitus.
Zamora!
Two snakes!
Yeah, I should have my eyes do that too if I can.
Yeah. We're just don't say anything. Like, wear shades beforehand.
Rathamon!
And again, he doesn't have enough experience to not know that this is not perfectly normal.
Oh, okay, I can work with this. It's a little crazy. Oh, unfortunately, we have the sex next to the
she's got him in the leg lock.
Gigantic fireball.
Like, she just immediately bursts into flames, too. It was pretty good. All things considered, it was pretty good. Any sexual experience where you have to get out your sword and wide-eyed sprint to the door as a fireball
and watch
flies into the night screaming.
Watch a 2D animated fireball get thrown over a celluloid print.
That was pretty good sex I did.
I won.
And he comes out with even more wolf pelts.
Oh, man. She was stocked up with all the wolf pelts. I can't believe it. I am now encumbered.
She comes back as that fireball. Oh, my wolf pelts.
Do you need the sex too?
And he comes out and there's just a guy.
What's up?
This is actually Jerry Lopez.
Yeah.
He is a famous surfer. And
Sure,
he's kind of
sure.
famous for being a surfer. If you look at his IMDb, it's just like surfing films one after the other.
And Conan. Like, perfect
Because
curve.
He knew the director, and the director was trying to find like the perfect match. And it seemed like they found someone, but his agent wanted an absurd amount of money, so they're just like, "Fuck it, just go get Jerry Lopez."
And the director is like a surfing fan as well.
Mm-hmm. As well as an insane military genius.
Oh, this is my favorite part.
Oh yeah,
Talking politics.
politic, religion, polyogen. You don't even know what the real crime is. What are they eating?
I assume some type of foul. You mean your god's fucking lame?
So your god doesn't do anything? Mine either.
I find that's a common trait between, like, before
Our
wins.
ancient religions are fucking horrible. I love them.
Nah, dude, my waifu is way better than yours.
Like, my god's the mountain. Mine's the sky.
What?
I love the scene because of Arnold's reaction.
You're right here too.
Yeah. It's like he's slightly incredulous, but it's always like, you little shithead.
But I can't refute your claims. I don't know if my Invisible Man is better than yours.
Well, my god is a mountain and penetrates your sky, so deal with that shit.
My god's like 1,000 feet tall, and on his trading card, he has strength level 3 and energy projection level 6. So fuck
He's
you.
triple S rank. He's got the hologram foil.
There's the other
fucking
god in the lore, Mitra, who is in like a lot of the games, is referenced a bunch in the cartoon. People always go by Mitra, but I literally know nothing about Mitra other than that's its name. I don't even. It could be a donkey.
Those are the best gods, though,
Yeah.
because it could be anything. It's so dangerous.
That's what.
It could be your god, and you wouldn't know it.
Oh, look at that alien!
Kill it.
Punch
it wants
it.
to die. I think this is right after the scene that the director cut out of himself. Look at those poor pigs, just going insane in the background.
Does it? Oh, they do. I don't like cities. They smell not like me.
And of course, this is like ancient whatever, so they have to run everywhere they go.
They're taking Conan to Isengard.
I like how scientists are like, yeah, humans used to be Terminators. We were sick. We used to hunt by just stalking things for days because we're one of the few animals that doesn't get tired when we walk places.
Yeah. Infinite stamina.
So we just walk things to death until they just lament and are like, oh, just fucking eat me.
Jesus Christ. This is so irritating. Snakes! Snakes, yes!
Of a black sun. Wouldn't a black sun just be a moon? How do you know?
It's an
like
eclipsed
bliss.
sun, maybe they mean?
How can the snake cult that eats people be so popular?
No, I like that it was just another one of those snake cults. Like it was a fad, like it was Pogs or something.
Oh, it's another fucking snake groupie. Christ's sake.
It's the best. Stygians make the best
the pig
black
cults.
lotus.
The pig cults used to be fine. Got these fucking snakes now.
I would love to be in the pig cult because there's nothing expected of you.
You just wallow.
Just swallow in mud.
Of course, they come back now high on drugs. I could not find any information on this scene.
I swear I read that like Arnold wasn't even supposed to do this.
He did it for fun. I love that he punches that thing out.
Everyone's like, that's our sacred camel from our camel cult.
Like, come on, man. PETA's not going to be invented and then ruined for like another 20-something thousand years. You can't start this shit now.
Oh no, our camel god.
Oh no, the camel cult will never get off the ground now.
with our fucking deity passed out on the floor? Jesus.
It's fine, it wanted to die. All the deities just want to be killed by Conan.
If I was an animal, I'd want to get punched out by Conan.
Probably. If I was a god, I'd definitely want to be punched out.
A lot of classic Conan stories involve scalings of towers and to steal whatever's inside.
It seems like there were 3 phases that Robert E. Howard went through involving Conan. The first phase are kind of considered generally to be his best stories. Whenever, like he was still in a pretty good spot in his life as far as he was. Like his life was horrible, but once he went to part 2, like he went into severe depression. All of his stories were just him rescuing some lady.
Yeah,
he got criticized a lot for.
And then he'd send letters to H.P. Lovecraft and be like, yo, your shit sucks. And he goes, your shit sucks too. Ah ha ha ha, you're the best, bro.
I don't remember if it was Lovecraft specifically, but he was involved in the huge Lovecraftian circle that was huge at the time. And he got the nickname of, I forget what it was, Two Gun Howard or something like that. It was Two Gun something.
Two Gun Howard.
Because Robert Howard was actually obsessed with Westerns. That was the thing he loved doing more than anything else. He's most well known now for writing Conan, but he actually didn't really care that much for Conan. And it seems like he only wrote it for like 3-4 years at most. And even during that time, he had big hiatuses.
That happens a lot where it's just like, I'm going to write about anything. I don't care about this. And then that's the thing that like manages to get a foothold.
It's really rough as a writer because you want to write the thing that you actually love, that you care a lot about. But for Robert E. Howard, that was never really the thing that he actually cared about. Like the stuff that actually popped off was like the things that he considered to be dumb shit. The thing he actually wanted, he never got. And of course, he didn't have a magnificent life. He ended up blowing his brains out.
Much like H.P. Lovecraft.
H.P. Lovecraft, the gigantic super racist that no one knew existed.
It was the style at the time.
It seems like Robert E. Howard actually was very inclusive in comparison. But people thought he was like a freak, like he had the standard writer's problem.
Yeah.
Everyone considered him to be a weirdo. And he only had one girlfriend his whole life, Noveline Price. And that just started because her friends were saying, you gotta not talk to him. He's fucking weird. He's like how people used to talk about me, basically. And eventually that kind of went into a relationship for a while. They even discussed marriage until like his mother got ill and she had her own problems and it kind of just fizzled out.
Like there's those bits saying like in his last years, H.P. Lovecraft wrote some stuff where he's like, okay, I'm pretty racist, but like, you know what, maybe all these immigrants and other races, if they work hard, maybe that's fine. And then just as like that's maybe starting to happen, he's like, dying time.
Yeah, he was like very, very adamantly super racist whenever he was younger. And the more that he was around people in the city, the more he was like, okay, maybe I'm just a crazy person. And it wasn't like modern times we kind of consider like racism equals black people sort of thing, or like Asian or whatever. But it seemed like he was super racist against Irish people specifically.
Yeah,
because they were the immigrants at the time.
Yeah. So it's
which by modern standards just comes across as being cute.
I want the camera to pan out and there'll be a giant banner and it says just another snake cult.
And nothing to see here.
They should like 2 or 3.
Oh, my tail!
Why am I doing this to myself? That guy said 2 or 3 years ago it was just another snake cult. So are you saying to me that they erected these statues in this ancient time in 2 or 3 years?
Snake cults are efficient.
I
Maybe
guess
maybe there's just been like a long line of snake cults, and they just been building on top of one another, but they
maybe,
each have their own interpretation of snakes.
maybe.
That seems likely.
Hey, here's a girl he doesn't have sex with.
He tried.
He tried. He did reach
He
out a
fought
little
his
bit.
way to her groinal areas, but
God,
didn't
this
quite make it in
guy
time.
reminds me of Alan Moore now, like Alan Moore worshiping his snake gods in his cave.
It is true. He had the same reaction of, they might be bullshit, but I'll give it a whirl.
I got nothing else going on.
I like one of my favorite story recently about Alan Moore is how he swears he sold John Constantine in a bar one time, and he just like looked at him a certain way, and he like slinked off to like drink on his own. And it's like, oh, that was him, and that's his story. That was the whole thing.
Wow,
that's a great story, Alan Moore. You're great.
You're one of the greatest writers of all time. Great story.
She does have very well kept hair.
Yeah, kind of mysterious, suspicious even. No one should have well kept hair. Maybe it's snake oil Maybelline.
Yes.
Oh, right. Snake cults. The whole point.
Do we really need a flashback of this?
Yeah, we didn't.
Ooh! Yeah.
This snake looks amazing.
Yeah, right here it looks fucking amazing.
Okay, yeah. No,
in a second, not so much.
All right, fair enough.
Except whenever that scene starts, he does say, "Oh, it looks so great here." Like once it starts here, not so much.
It's not much worse than anything in like Anaconda.
No,
or anything.
Like for the time and the budget that they had, like they had a pretty good budget at the time.
Yeah.
Like for it just like slithering on the ground, it looks like fucking great. But
I
here,
love how no one
Arnold's
can hear
struggling against it.
Yes,
Maybe
yes.
not.
The sounds that a snake makes.
Why are you doing this? And the director was the one actually firing these arrows.
Really? Oh, yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, he turned out to be the best shot out of everyone. Like, they didn't bring on someone that actually fires arrows for a living. They just put Arnold there, and it's like,
it's dead, man. You got it.
I don't know, man. I killed a lot of snakes on the farm. Those things don't mess around. So they got half a head, they'll still come at you.
This super sensitive snake cult that is in tune with the snake has no idea that their fucking giant snake is fucking dead.
Be one with the snake. Oh, Jesus, it's dead.
When did it die? Weeks ago.
Whee!
And no one looked down.
There's no snake down here.
They were literally looking over the edge and watching Conan fucking kick the snake's asshole.
Yeah, it's just right there. That's like not seeing Spider-Man. Well, it's up in the air. How are we supposed to know?
I don't live up there.
Don't you know that we have no peripheral vision? We can only see in a tight 15-degree cone in front of our faces at all times.
You're not one of our just another snake cult cultists.
You're a pretty one.
This is awesome. She doesn't need to kill this guy, but why not?
Yeah, uses his... Because she wants to get up. She needs to go somewhere. It was his fault. He saw her.
Nope.
Now that stuntman's fucking crazy. Because he dived down that thing for real, and he dove onto a bunch of cardboard boxes that he laid out.
Shut up, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I forget what the dude's name is, the stuntman, but he was known for being, like, batshit crazy. They interview him in the making of, too.
Yes, the dancing of the meats. Just dance in the general area of where the meat is being chopped. That's good.
I like how they get the money, the shit from the thing, and just immediately, all right, everyone come in, bring in the strippers that don't strip. I like her smooth technique here as he looks directly at her. I'm going to get your jewels. No, you're not. I want to put my wiener in your butt.
No. Here you go.
I forget what's so special about this other than it's like a minor MacGuffin device.
That?
Because, yeah, James Earl Jones really, really wants that stone.
Yeah, you're right.
For no real reason other than, well, it's important. But Conan's like, this will get me laid. Which really, if you think about it, that's the only purpose of, like, gold and jewels in the universe.
To get laid.
Yes. Like stars exploding, whatever, like...
The ruby of coitus. The missionary stone.
Destruction. Missionary stone. The doggy style emerald is mine.
And if you collect all 5,
combine them all, you'll be married, unfortunately.
Conan is much more, like, he's shown as much more of a gentle lover than I think in any version. Like, even in the cartoon, he's destroying chicks left and right. Then this movie is just
tastefully done.
Yeah, so tasteful.
It was tasteful as Arnold gets, I guess.
Carpets this thick.
Now, I told you this story before, and you probably remember it, but my favorite thing from Conan was reading the comics. Like, we were very poor, like, back in the day, and we would, like, go to, like, garbage dumps to, like, just fish shit out that people threw out that was still good. Right. And one of the things my brother found was a bunch of old Conan comics, which was awesome. And I managed to get a hold of some of them, and I was reading one of them, and the story was, I forget what the actual story was, but he goes to a new town, and the Lord's wife was like, Conan's pretty hot. I'm going to fuck him because I can't stand my husband anyways.
Right.
And so she just looks at him. And of course, like the next page, he's in there just brutally thrusting into her like a big dumb Rottweiler or something. And he finishes and the guards like figure out that he's there somehow. And they start banging on the door. And the woman asks, oh no, my husband, what will I tell him? And Conan stands on top of the window out. It's like, tell him I've had better. And he just dove out. And they execute the woman.
Oh, fuck. That's a raw deal.
That's Conan. He doesn't care.
Is this like one of the old black and white comics? Or is this like the Marvel ones in the 80s that were
It wasn't
colored?
Black and white. It wasn't one of the modern... The shit that we found was like from the 70s or whatever.
Okay.
That poor pig. Stop abusing
that. What's happening to it?
I don't know. We're gonna fuck this pig.
Well, look, I'm trying on your jewelry for you. I don't know what I'm doing.
Is that the same Butterface lady?
No, there's no way.
Maybe it was her child that grew up already.
That weird lady that's back there, she's just kind of like, yeah, I wish I was young.
Here's they take off his thing. Here is a sillier hat.
Oh, it's hilarious. That's amazing. And then
I forget who it was.
Over.
Someone didn't like. I forget who it was. Didn't like this scene because it painted them as being too ridiculous, and they wanted him to seem more heroic, I guess.
Yeah, but Conan's not heroic.
Yeah, he's not really. This is the thing about Conan. He's just kind of a shitty person. Like, he'll do what's right sometimes, and she's so fucking wasted that she can barely...
He'll do what's right if it's convenient.
Yes.
Like, if it was up to him, he'd use 1,000 maidens that he's been with as a meat shield to get to where he needs to go.
He would. And he might even... if he feels like a twinge... Like,
why is he wearing all these hot dogs?
I know, I was about to say they're hot dogs. What is this sausage vest? Guide in the Gardens. Lions ate him. I love that.
Our Asian companion. As King, I think he's played by Max von Sydow, famous old man actor.
Yeah, he's very, very articulate. And usually his roles are very uptight, because, like, if you've ever seen the dude, he's kind of like that. So he gets typecast a lot. The only thing that he remembers from this movie is a scene that got taken out. Where he gets murdered by his own guards.
Jeez.
Because they were trying to make it... The snake cult people apparently infiltrate his guard.
As they usually do.
and they tried to like cut him in two almost by hacking him with a sword. And in one of the takes, he didn't bleed at all because the gibs that they installed on his thing didn't go off. And the other one, they all went off so hard that it's just like a river was just blasting out of him in every direction. So they didn't get to use either take. No king has ever been fancier than he is.
But he also kind of looks like a putz, kind of. Like, he looks like he spends most of his time being drunk and, like he's giving orders and people are like, yeah, whatever.
He looks like an adulterous, like, murderous Santa Claus.
Bad Santa.
But he fucking loves them. He loves the fact that they're the honorable traitors.
Honorable traitors, a great class to be.
And they seem like, wasn't that a dagger? Conan, yeah, okay, it is a dagger. Conan, Arnold still has that actually.
You mean he owns the thing?
Yeah, that little thing right there that he's holding.
You know who owns one of Conan's swords?
You?
Close. Rob Liefeld.
Oh God.
Like, there's some old interview with him. He's like, yeah, I totally got one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's swords from Conan the Barbarian. It's hanging above my mantelpiece. And then the piece itself, like, the article this is about, is like, this is all you need to know about what type of person Rob Liefeld is.
At first I thought you were going to say, know who has the sword? And you're going to say, my wife. Just hear, like, a sheathing noise in the background.
You think Arnold would get it, if anybody.
I like that little bit of characterization where the gems start pouring out and she dives to save them.
Yeah, like, why not? They're thieves. Or she's more of a thief than they are.
Because we've been talking over it, but, like, the whole thing, like, Arnold is, we've seen Arnold. Or Conan, he's just kind of a dumb kid. He doesn't really know anything about the world. He's just trying to gain vengeance, and that's really all he has.
Whereas all I have left.
She has absolutely nothing. She's just a thief. Anything that she's ever had has been taken from her. And really, the only thing she knows is what's material. So that's the reason why she dives after the gems.
And again, Conan doesn't even really do it yet, because he's not even used to money.
No. I kind of imagine if she wasn't there, he would have had all that money, and he wouldn't have known he would have no idea what to do with it.
Thulsa Doom... I think I read that name was used somewhere in a Conan story as a very, very minor character, and they were just like, that sounds like a cool name. Let's call our villain that. Like, what a fantastic origin.
Like, the whole story about Conan being invented was, him looming over him from behind and telling him, write down my stories or I'll kill you with this axe.
That's awesome.
It is, but unfortunately the reality is that Conan as a character was designed over a period of like 9 months. And the original name of Conan, a guy that worships a guy named Crom, was taken from a much earlier story and was based largely on Cole the Conqueror, an earlier
Cole the Conqueror. I think they made a movie of Cole as well.
Yeah, they also made a documentary about Robert E. Howard. I think it came out in like 94 or something like that. I've never seen it though.
No, I'm not familiar with that one either.
It's probably terrible.
Yeah.
You just heard about it. It's probably terrible. No, I don't know.
I'm hearing things.
This is actually a really important conversation that they're having. Because one of the things that distinguishes this movie from just being a stupid action movie is it actually has a lot of heart and it actually means something.
It really does, actually, yeah.
One of the smartest thing they did is not having Arnold give any fancy speeches. She's the one that does it.
Yeah, that's smart, actually. Because as fine as he is in this, like, I don't think it's a problem. Like, because remember, like, it is this previous like movie or whatever was that Hercules in New York where they dubbed him over because they were like, nah, man.
Mm-hmm.
So
that
was
pretty rough. I remember that.
Very rough, sir.
But even then, that's very subtle. Him holding up the snake thing to the camera. But what if I do it anyway? Because she's terrified. But she's never had anything. So the idea of, losing him, which she does immediately the day after.
It's like hours later.
He's the only thing that she has that is actual substance, that isn't just dumb material wealth. And he runs off without saying a thing. And she, like, is shocked, but she also kind of just realizes, oh, well, yeah, he would. But he left his dumb stone of sex. His bareback
missionary stone. And she's like,
The stone of cherry poppers, you can have it.
That was just another cherry popper cult.
Oh no. That's the worst one. Did you know most mammals have hymens, including elephants and whales?
I am not surprised that you know this, and you have then given this information to me. Have
a
you
young
actually...
elephant woman losing her virginity for the first time, screaming in a voice that could only be heard at high frequencies?
Beautiful. Robert E. Howard.
An ocean of blood.
Robert E. Howard would be shedding a tear, being like, "Why didn't I write about that?"
Well, fuck me. Wasted my whole life writing these stupid Western stories that no one cared about.
Have you ever actually watched the reboot Conan movie that they made a few years back?
No, I avoided that.
Oh, good.
Let's not talk about all the Conan movies except for this one.
I mean, you should probably see it just to be like, oh.
The Children of Doom are just hippies. Just wandering out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that's his army.
I like how they're just hippies.
Yeah,
that's all they are.
I think that's probably an analogy at the time. John Milius is like, sure hate hippies.
Probably real hippies, too. Those weren't even actors. They just found them.
Yeah, no, they found them out in the desert of
in the middle
Spain.
of Spain. Yeah.
Let's just start filming
Spanish
them.
desert hippies.
I don't think the snake cult's that way, though. He just like walks off into the ocean.
Conan's never been taught what a direction is. He doesn't know what north is. He's just wandering. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Like, it showed him, reading, like, scrolls and whatever, and getting, like, a guy that taught him.
Yeah, he was taught to read.
Sure.
I don't like that lore. I reject that.
Well, because there's a whole episode of the cartoon devoted to the fact Conan can't read.
He don't know how to read.
No, he goes up to a fucking tavern and starts slamming his fist against the door, and it says closed. He goes, "Why won't you open? Damn you!"
It's so stupid.
And then the guy,
I don't know how to read. That's okay, Conan. No one knows how to write.
But then a guy pokes his head out of the tavern and goes, "Can't you read, you dumb barbarian?" And Jasmine's like, "Yeah, can't you?" And he's like, never mind.
I love calling him a barbarian because those didn't exist for like 12,000 years after he lived.
They were all barbarians. If everyone's a barbarian, no one is.
Okay, there's Syndrome. I like how they establish that he discovers that area before he has to use it later in the film.
Yeah. He's like, hey, well...
And it's just that guy's backyard is what it is. There he is.
Yeah.
Here's Mako. His real name is Makoto Iwamatsu.
But Mako for short.
Yes. That's what everyone calls him. I love him. I love that. He said demons? Yeah!
Oh, Zuko, you should open a tea shop.
Have some tea. Drink it straight from my ass. It's like, oh, you get it, you motherfucker. Get over here.
Yeah. You get my jokes.
So, can you summon demons? Yeah. I'll summon a demon more ferocious than all in hell, which has not been invented yet.
Whatever's down there, it's going to be shit. Much shittier than that thing you fucked earlier and threw into the fire.
I like how in any religion or myth, he's eating that same shit from the beginning. It's like this nebulous
meat,
ill-defined meat of some sort.
It's just his backpack meat,
pocket bacon. But in any instance of religion or mythology, if there's something under the dirt, it's awful.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
never good. Thulsa Doom. Thulsa Doom is a cool ass name, though.
It's pretty good. Like, it was just Thulsa, lame. If it was just Doom, lame.
Yeah, just like Doctor Doom is.
Doctor Doom's
It's fine now, but if you think about it, like Doctor Doom, that's fucking stupid.
Hey, this is that thing I punched earlier.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Like I didn't even ride this here. Just punch it in the back.
Oh,
of the
you
head.
ride these things? I thought they were for punching.
Arnold did say that it was horrible to try to ride. Like he had no idea what was happening.
Oh, like I maintain that like we should probably exterminate camels.
Camels are awful.
They're just awful.
I mean, like
Satan's dogs.
Have you ever seen their tongues? What they look like whenever it becomes mating season?
I have.
They're just these like
up close.
Things. Ugh.
There was a camel. We went to a zoo. A camel poked its head in our little zoo video. A camel poked its head, and I started screaming. I didn't. That's not in the video, but I started screaming. It's horrible.
You can, even though it's not in the video, you can still hear it.
You
somehow.
can still hear the echoes of my scream.
I just love that he's carrying these flowers through this thing.
I'll give it to the camel cult to apologize.
What are they for? A girl. He lied. He
What are
lied
they for? A girl?
to the guy he didn't need to lie to.
What's the... Yeah. Conan's overthinking his plan. He's like, oh, now that I'm smart.
He's using all that Sun Tzu knowledge
Oh,
that
he
didn't get because
he looks
doesn't
lame
exist
like
yet.
he got stood up.
Oh, poor Conan.
But she said she'd meet me here. Now he's homeless too.
I love how he has a little stick propping up part of his thing
Why
as a little
not?
miniature tent. Or maybe that's bait.
What's going on? Oh,
Those are very fancy robes and outfits for
yeah, no,
20,000 years.
They're
BC.
level 3 Scientologists. Snakeologists, sorry.
That is a pretty good look for Arnold.
Yeah, like weird Afghan, yeah. Free robes,
As I
join a
recall,
cult.
the whole snake cult was based on the Jim Jones cult. Oh, here we go. He didn't have a plan until now.
No one knows what it was. So big.
Can you believe that this scene got accused of being homophobic later? How do you expect no other reach emptiness? I love this emergent plan, though.
He's just a creepy cult guy. That's all he is.
Oh, of course, yes.
Over here,
To be fair, wouldn't you also fall for this plan?
I don't know. That guy really sold it. If Arnold said one, let's go over here.
Is this really the best spot? Like, if he thinks he's going to have some weird cult coitus, would you really just come over here?
Those are literally people
open?
in the background in white cloaks back there, I think.
They're just watching, just like those guys earlier in the Butterface bar.
Everyone wants to watch.
I just expect there to be a head popping up over the hill. He knocked out that guy!
He's trying to do the little things. They're like, your robes don't even fit you.
Idiot. You don't even look right.
You're so
you put it on
suspicious.
backwards.
You put it on upside down.
Not the socks.
Da, 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 da.
The KKK ruined it, but the whole thing of the weird little pointy hood thing does look neat.
Yeah, I mean, it makes it all, like, that's what I think of when I think of like some weird, like, ancient cult. But yeah, and if you do that now, it's not as.
Mm-hmm. Sure. It's like how the Nazis ruined looking good as military officers with those amazing outfits. They look good, and unfortunately, insanely evil. What is it about being insanely evil and looking spectacular while you do it?
I mean, that's what you gotta do. Like, if you're gonna be evil, you might as well look good doing it.
It's true. Look at this guy in front. He's got the crazy mask and everything going
Yeah,
on.
that's not even part of their uniforms. He just brought that from home.
Yeah, this is from a con he went to.
These mini bosses.
These porn star mini bosses.
Why? I keep thinking you know something about the actor, like he did tons of porn.
No. What are you saying? Nothing like that happened. I love how out of place he is.
This plan is like
all these.
This plan is
all
so
these,
bad.
The little guys that's like 5'9" or whatever, and there's this gigantic, like mammoth man just parading through the crowds.
My plan's good.
Are you Thulsa Doom? No. Who are you? Are you Thulsa Doom? No.
Who are you again?
There's a guy that keeps asking who Thulsa Doom is.
Who are you again?
I love his answer to that question, though. What do you see? This generic, infinity? Ah, yes.
Yes, that's... Here, is this like a pass? I don't...
Why are you giving this to me?
Is that ticket to the concert?
It's mine now.
Punch my... Is this getting your hand stamped to get... And then he's instantly suspicious.
Yeah. Like, why did you even... No one else did that. Thulsa Doom, sir, some giant man gave me this. He smelled sort of like that village you burned to the ground that I didn't see 40-something years ago.
So this is the king's daughter that got wrapped up in this wacky snake cult.
So tell me, Conan supposedly is here to rescue her, right?
Supposedly.
How does he know what she looks like?
He doesn't know, like...
You can't give him a photo. Just go there, look for the hottest one you see. Maybe if you bring her back and she's not my daughter, it's still okay.
Maybe give him a sketch on a piece of parchment?
I will bleed my blood onto parchment. You cut every woman you see until she bleeds the same blood.
We don't have writing, even though we do.
Her clothing even has writing on it.
Ooh, yeah, sounds good.
Everyone has writing on their clothes. I wish we could read.
Okay, all right.
Look how baller he is here, though.
Yeah. Conan could have just gotten one of the generic fucking robes that they're passing out for free, but decided, I'm going to take this lieutenant, this guy that has rank. I'll take his cloak.
And then go around asking where the lieutenants are.
Hey, it's that one, that huge guy. I like his little snake belt. The green one.
I like everything about his little outfit. He must be very hot, though.
Yeah.
Seize the guy that kept asking questions. How did they know?
And he gave us the emblem of betrayal as a pass.
Where's the stone of missionary 6? Tell me.
Remove the stone of shame. Yeah! Attach the stone of triumph.
Ooh.
This is so lame. She's got two little baby snakes around. Like, can't they put like a big, huge snake around, like a big, huge Britney Spears snake around her shoulders?
There are a lot of stories about the snake handler they had for this movie.
Oh yeah, what's that?
He was constantly surrounded by a harem of women that were fascinated with him.
Oh.
And he was like a huge player for some reason.
That's
but he's
awesome.
a weird foreigner too.
So he was a snake called himself.
Yes. And he gave snakes to everyone on set. I'm not even joking about that. Like, the director got a big boa constrictor that he would wear around all the time. And he joked, the snake got used to me. I never got used to it.
Nah.
Why did they give away snakes?
I like Thulsa Doom in his casual JCPenney wear right here.
Yeah, this is just after he wakes up, after eating a big bucket of ice cream the previous day.
A big bucket of mystery backpack meat.
Look, he's even got the amulet of betrayal right there. It's clear that's how they knew.
Okay, give me the lore. Give me the soul's description of what the amulet of betrayal does.
It's been handed down for generations upon generations.
By who?
From one betrayer to the other.
Betray as I did, my son.
Inherit my will of betrayal.
Why would you wear it? Everyone would be like, that's him. He's going to be the one. See, look, he's got a fun snake.
I will betray my master with one final act of betrayal by allowing you to betray me.
The layers. It's so dense. Get my
Like, okay, I don't give a shit about
pimple.
your snake that I killed. Where did his sword go? The Atlantean sword that he was carrying
I
around.
assume when the king brought them in, they left all their weapons behind.
Yeah, he had to give it up at that point because he hasn't been wearing it since.
Riddle of steel.
So here we go, the whole point of the movie. James Earl Jones, yeah!
Yes. That
He's
lame
got the,
shit.
he's got that same shit-eating grin that Mako had whenever he started talking about hell demons. He's stronger.
I like how he just kind of goes, eh, eh. Oh, there's the one.
On the rocks? I love this. Come to me, my child. Okay.
Through the tables.
They're on fire, dear God, she's broken in half. He doesn't even tell anyone to clean it up.
Yeah, but isn't that like because you have psychic powers and not because... Oh, okay.
I like to imagine that he doesn't actually have any powers, that it's
Oh,
just...
yeah, it's just charisma is like plus
yeah,
10.
he's just... because he is just oozing charisma.
Yeah, that's true.
He does play a really good villain. Something that James Earl Jones says in interviews with this.
Yeah, he says he likes
Oh,
playing villains, yeah?
Yeah, he says some people seek to have fun with villains, and he says you cannot have fun playing a villain. Because if you do, then you do a disservice to the character.
I guess that's true.
There are different kinds of characters. Like you can have there's a whole thing I'm doing right now that's not going to come out for a while. But you have like a kind of character that is like campy over the top. And he's just such a cartoon character that it comes across as being great because you have an established thing inside of you that's like, people don't act this way. Then you have like the other one that he's like a real villain, like your Thulsa Dooms, where he's based on Jim Jones. Like he's just a crazy, hyper charismatic guy that's manipulating people and their weaknesses.
Right.
There's not enough trees of woe in fiction.
I'm trying to know where this term first originated because there's a wrestling move and you get like locked up in the turnbuckle.
You fold someone up by their legs, yeah.
So I guess it must be like a real. That blood is so fake.
It's actually not fake. It's actually a real bird.
It's actually
it died it actually died like 2 weeks beforehand.
No, but that blood that was going down Conan's peck, it was like.
We're not even commenting on it, but that's one of the greatest things about Conan. Like instead, like the whole thing is that most people like be asking like God, come help me and everything. But the thing with Conan is his gods have abandoned him. He is shitty.
That's actually the god's kind of like MO.
Mm-hmm. So his solution is to actually kill the thing that's afflicting him. But that bird, was alive 2 weeks before they filmed, and after he did that scene, they had to rush in and like making wash out his mouth because of the possibility of him getting infected.
Oh shit! Like Arnold, big trooper, is like what actor would be like nowadays? Like, yeah, I'll bite into this dead bird.
That's a vulture. Like they subsist on dead.
Yeah, that's all
corpses.
Like vultures have really strong stomach acid to break down the dead shit it eats. And so it's
even their parents like intrinsically know you only have to feed them a little bit of the corpse whenever they're young, so they can build up a resistance.
It's just another vulture cult.
It'd be bad if it kind of looks like that it's just a mirage. Like you almost get the impression that he was laughing insanely because he thought he saw him, but it kind of just vanished. And I guess the viewer is supposed to expect that too. But then you see, he actually was real. It wasn't a hallucination.
Or maybe Conan's just like literally he laughed himself to unconsciousness.
As I usually do, yeah.
If you saw or played Conan Exiles at all, it starts with your creative character being on the tree of woe. It's amazing.
It's kind of a crummy tree of woe, though.
Yeah, it's crummy.
It's just a crucifix thing. Hell no. I love the subtitles, yeah, but he just went...
Could you not clean up his face a little bit? He looks terrible. Look how fucking sexy your fucking sexy ass costume is.
It's fine.
It's quite good.
We gotta get back the Amulet of Betrayal.
We have many more factions to betray.
I love how he's wearing like one of those rugs from the 1970s.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why they're writing shit on him, supposedly, is... Since he's nearing death, apparently, like, hell demons are gonna come for him or something or other.
Yeah, a bunch of crazy ghosts come out of the ground, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. Look how creepy he looks.
And they have to write on his face, because any exposed skin, they will try to take with them. So if they, like, didn't have writing on his nose, he might survive, but he would be missing a nose from that point on. That's the idea, anyways. Arnold said that he fell asleep whenever they were writing that crap on him, because he just had to lay there on the beach the whole day while they did it.
Wow, what a rough day.
He said that was the easiest day of recording I ever did. They will come for him.
But they'll not take our little baby barbarian boy.
Like, she just raises a dagger out of nowhere.
I'll cut those ghosts. I don't care.
What do you think you're gonna do against a bunch of angry, red, nebulous ghost CG things before CG existed?
I'll do whatever I can. Why are they raising him above the ground slightly?
Why not?
It looks cool. It's a great visual, but like, I'm just like, should he not be touching the ground? Can the weird space demons that are coming up, should they not be able to grab him? I don't know.
Maybe there's probably some sort of logic behind it. Like, what if the demons came in through the ground or something?
I love fast-forwarded cloud footage.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Especially when it's filtered.
Is this Conan making those?
Here's the demon expert. Why. I am the demon expert. I will teach you demons!
Yes, run away!
See, I guess that's the reason why. Like, he wasn't tied down to be elevated. He was tied to keep himself from floating off.
Oh, okay. I can't believe he ran off. Look at those cool little muscle men they're trying to grab him.
They're so muscular, too. They're, like, fighting with him and stuff.
Give me, I want him.
Get out of here, Casper. Jesus.
It must have been crazy back then when a director or whoever would tell you, all right, just swipe at nothing. We're going to add it in later. Like, add what? Like, nowadays, it's, like, super common, but it's just like, yeah, what am I supposed to be reacting to? Oh, shut up. Just do it. You're crazy.
Well, if it's all like, just drawn in like that, it must be a little bit easier, because it's like, oh, you just do whatever. Just punch stuff. We'll draw you punching stuff. At first, I thought you were going to say it must have been rough back then,
fighting
the era of writing, just demons all the time. You're just eating at the table, and demons come out to try to take your tied-down turkey. Oh, they came for the turkey again. Did you write on the turkey? Oh, Jesus, there it goes.
Demons are like,
we got your turkey.
Reality Kings. You work for Reality Kings? Yeah.
You see our latest video? It's sick. She cries at the end.
We beat him.
She finally gets to keep something in this world.
She, like, literally was being pulled off the ground and into, like, whatever, and she was able to hold that shit down.
If you had to die, would you be okay with just, like, muscular, tiny demon things coming out of the red sky as the animation of life itself speeds up by, like, 100%?
Anything that makes it look like someone really wants me. Like, either in heaven or in hell, you know? Like, either
What if they do that? They do succeed in lifting your body off the ground, and everyone's like, gathered around, oh! But then they just, like, fly over to a garbage can and just, like, throw you in.
Toss him in the garbage.
This is where he belongs. You should have done this.
This is his home.
He's still asleep.
Yeah. What? Oh, I got the film more.
still fighting for life. Spoilers, she does.
Mm.
And it's sick.
Something that really fucked me up when I realized it is that, like, I forget exactly what year, maybe I can look it up, but the Red Sonja movie that Conan has a cameo in was like maybe 84, 85. I can't remember the year, but it was certainly after this. And then, like, I just read, like, what? That can't be the same.
It came out whenever I was born, at least.
Yeah.
I was like 3 or something.
It can't have been the same actress. And it's like the same actress that played Red Sonja in that movie in the mid-'80s was also Sonya Blade in the first Mortal Kombat movie. And I was like, how old was that woman? She looked like she was in her 20s then. Was she
supposedly
like 12?
She still looks the same now, too.
Yeah.
Bridget, she just doesn't age.
Bridget Nielsen, I think her name is. And I was like, and you played 2 famous Sonyas? That's crazy.
Needs to get in contact with Neo.
Yeah. I'm all better.
My hand is strong. I have choke snakes.
I have mastered the ass.
Maybe that was a connection with the sex lady from earlier in the film. She turned into a red fireball thing. Maybe it had some connection with the red fireball demons just then.
Yeah, like she's like, get him. I wasn't able to kill him. You get him for me.
Go down there and have sex with him. Just do it. It's pretty rad.
Just do it, idiot.
Why are we doing this? It'll be funny. Just do it.
It'll be fun. Oh, he looks really unhappy.
He's sharpening that sword. Like, well, there's the sword again, I guess.
Yeah,
that's not his father's sword, though. He couldn't have gotten that.
Maybe they brought it back with them. Like her name is Valeria. What's the thief guy's name?
Subutai.
Subutai, yeah, okay. Maybe
and
they brought back
Mako displays someone called Wizard. Like, he doesn't actually even have a name. Mako the Wizard.
It's a decent enough name.
He's done with this shit. Like, y'all just get out of here. I was just joking about the demons.
You're welcome. Saved your life.
But Valeria is played by Sendel Bergman.
Sendel Bergman. Too bad you didn't have a camel. Too bad you punched them all to death. Be able to cross that desert much more easily.
You know, camels supposedly, like, they didn't evolve for deserts. They actually evolved for snow plains.
Really?
Yeah, they actually originate from North America.
Jesus.
They developed in North America. Ours went extinct a long time ago, but the ones that went over the land bridge, they developed the fat deposits in their back because they had to survive the cold climates. They just adapted for the desert one, and they came up against not having enough water.
It's Tactical Night Stalker Conan.
The most ineffective camouflage ever invented.
Maybe it's just supposed to be like war paint for intimidation purposes. Let's go into this blazing craggy hole.
This is a good place to be. We don't even know if the cult's here.
It could be a volcano for all you know.
This is the big reveal.
This place scared me as a kid.
Well, this is the big reveal where you learn, they're eating people.
And then they're going to eat me.
I guess this is why the cult's so big, because they're eating everyone. Sign me up.
They're bolstering their ranks with delicious human meat.
We need to grow our brand. How do we do it?
Cannibalism.
We'll just kill everyone that doesn't sign up. You're a genius.
Waste not, want not.
See, if you were going through just like capturing people for slaves and then eating other people, would you want to eat like the ugly ones, or you just want to eat just because would you want to eat someone if you knew they were really ugly or stupid?
I assume everyone tastes the same.
You'd be surprised, my friend. Something
I always remember is like an episode of the original Ninja Turtle cartoon where they travel back in time or whatever.
A guy? Yeah.
When they travel back in time and Donatello sees a Tyrannosaurus or sees some type of animal and he goes, No, most like large animals, if they bite into a human or whatever, they like instantly spit them out because humans taste terrible because of what we eat. Animals are like,
That's actually
ugh,
dumb. Humans are actually supposed to be like veal. We're supposed to actually
really?
be delicious, yeah.
I assume it's because if we eat a bunch of
Well,
like
think about it. What
Cheetos
do we
all
eat all
day,
the time? Well, not all of us eat nothing but Cheetos.
well, I don't know anyone that doesn't. I don't know a single person.
This flashes to you and your house is just Cheetos. Like even the couch is just made out of Cheeto
It's
bags.
a giant Cheeto with a door at the bottom.
Well, I don't know about that.
That sounds ludicrous.
Talking crazy now. He's being sarcastic, right? Are those supposed to be skulls down there? It's probably
I
skulls.
thought so at first, but I'm not sure. Oh, I'm just
Okay.
one of the chained girls. I'm on chain duty.
This is why the cult is so big. Because when you're not eating people, you're just in there just performing oral sex on each other or just rhythmically writhing. Just you're not really doing anything, you're just kind of just writhing in
everyone's just
place.
kind of shaking.
Would you like a grape? Oh, you wouldn't either?
Yeah.
Well, I'll just offer them to everyone forever.
These are communal grapes, guys. You're supposed to share.
I love sitting on my chain swing set topless, just looking at people. This is the height of decadence. Oh, here comes the hand soup, guys.
I love how that leopard's like, please let me go. This is so fucking boring.
The director, whenever they saw the leopard, is like, oh, fuck that leopard. That thing would take your hand off. Well, gee, I wonder why.
Fucking leopard. I love how
Give
they
me
have
a
to
whole
have
hand.
this comical hand to let you
sweet,
know.
I got the lefty. Actually, that was a right hand. I had to check. Make sure you lift the soup out and pour it from like 5 feet in the air. That makes it taste extra good.
the distance it travels to splat back into the pot, that's the real shit.
Really brings out the gravity-based frothiness.
Gravity-based flavors.
I like the stance that's also doing it. Like he's just holding his fists.
Yeah, no, that's a fucking boss-ass stance.
If you were a boss of something, would you just do that all day? Bosses
probably.
of things usually do that. They just kind of just stand there, just sit there all day doing nothing, just waiting for instigators to show up to fight.
Oh, no one's actually doing anything. Everyone's just
What a
literally
boring orgy.
sleeping. Yeah.
This is the worst sex orgy I ever went to.
I love Leopard's like, ooh, this is gonna be good. Can't wait to see this.
I was getting
shit.
bored with this sexless orgy. But now that there's going to be transforming snake people
this communal sleep party.
This effect does look really nice, though. It's pretty simple. All they're doing is just pushing a rubber mask that they made of James Earl Jones out through some sort of like mechanical thing.
Yeah. It's like Ann Coulter. It's just like a rubber glove stretched over a skeleton.
Yes. Like a garbage bag full of antlers.
I love it. It's like a business snake now.
Yes. It's got the tie and everything.
It's like Donkey Kong.
This is how he does all his business.
Okay.
I'm ready. Bring the contracts in.
Gotta do the monthly budget.
Gotta get that extra 2%.
We're spending $1,000 a second on human soup. It'd be great
We're running out of humans.
If she woke up and she saw it and she just started screaming and freaking out.
I know, that's what I expected. Like, what? What? You didn't tell me you were going to be a snake.
This wasn't part of it at all.
Like, I appreciate that he's turning into a snake, but why is he turning into a snake and just slithering around?
Because it looks like he's going to leave through this hole. Maybe he's like, I'm out.
Like, I would understand if he was escaping with that method, but he doesn't know anyone's there yet, supposedly.
No. Nice job hitting the chain, loud chains, idiot.
As the ancient ninjas once did, rattling their chains to lure their enemies into...
You gotta see the hands again. Gotta let you know.
Delicious hands. Why hands?
Because I guess it was the most recognizable part of the human body they felt they could put in there so people could...
probably. Yeah, that's probably the answer.
And,
just so you can see, look, it's people in the soup.
This must be paradise. Huh?
Oh, he looks. You ever get this feeling like if you ever see a guy that looks really stupid, you feel bad for him?
I felt a little bad for that guy.
Yeah, the sick ass Basil music.
Oh!
That was the scene where she had her only injury filming. One of the little extras
okay.
accidentally cut her finger. She had to be taken to the hospital.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing that in the commentary.
Ah, shit! Wardens suck. They cheat. I got caught in the vortex.
Quickly, collect all your observables.
Conan, this this is how you cancel your shoulder bash into a normal guard break. They can't tech it. She does look pretty amazing in that camo. It apparently was soap-based. Hey. She finally found her. It's like, you dumb bitch.
Backhand, that's all she is.
But it was soap-based, so they couldn't really get rid of it very easily. During one filming, they didn't have any water because there was like a huge upheaval in Spain at the time.
Oh, yeah?
Rebellion was happening almost. So the water was knocked out during one of their days of filming, so they had to sleep in that shit.
Okay, does this actually do anything? Does it really stop
There's a head in that soup.
Like, okay, they're just kind of waiting. That rolls down, and that's about it. It didn't burn anybody. No one slipped down the stairs.
No. There was one guy in front of it, and he's just like mildly inconvenienced.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, now it's all slippery now.
You.
How would he recognize him, really? No, wait, they met before. I was about to say, he couldn't know him from when he was a little boy.
No, yeah, they met them when he was beating him up in that foyer or whatever. Well, there's big dumb hammer.
The hammer, yeah. The
like
least effective hammer that's
like,
ever been made.
Good job having a weapon from Harley Quinn.
This head is a nice looking axe, though. Not very effective. Boom! And it smashes the column. He somehow brings down an entire stone column with that hammer. He is so strong.
He's very strong and tough, this man.
He's powered with betrayals. Entire generations of betrayals of forefathers have empowered him with magic.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to do it. Tholson Doom's gonna be so angry.
Oh, did you do it again?
Yeah.
When Thulsa gets back from being a snake, he's gonna be so angry. Especially that he's got a big mouthful of mice again.
Huh? You think he would have come back and been like, what's all the ruckus?
Yeah. I like this move here. Whenever she pops out and gets the guy in the background. Here he
comes.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Ah!
Good anti-air.
Second shot. The little look over her shoulder afterwards is what gets me.
Oh, I hope they weren't filming that.
No, did anyone see? That was sick. Oh, damn it. No one did. Whatever.
And she's like humming the theme right now. She's like, da, 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 da.
Do you like the little troll guy in the background there?
He's
hunched over.
I'm coming. Oh!
Oh no, don't cut me. Oh!
Don't wait your turn. Everyone attack her at once.
If you're dressed like that and you see that person, you know that you are that you're facing down a main character.
Mm.
Especially when she's got an ancient like jewel of legend hanging around her neck. Oh, it's the jewel of missionary. There's no way we can beat her. We're still virgins.
She earned that.
She earned it. How does one earn the jewel of missionary sex?
Passed down. So, yeah, kind of got beaten.
He can't really blame anyone. He was a snake. He was snaking.
Yeah, he was snaking it up.
Drone. I love this speech. No, why are they afraid? This is what James Earl Jones is talking about when he says you can't have fun as a villain.
Yeah, he did that. He did that. He believed that line.
Yeah. He thought about that every night for years afterwards. I remember as a kid calling bullshit on this scene.
Me too. I was like, come on. It reminds me a lot, if you've seen it, of like the G.I. Joe animated movie where they straighten out a snake into a spear and they throw it into Duke's chest and it fucking destroys his heart and they're like, he lapsed into a coma.
A coma, yeah. I remember that. I love that, though. As I got older, I kind of softened on it. It's like, it's stupid, kind of, but it's also pretty cool.
But like, why can't they just have a regular arrow and the Thulsa Doom just be really good at it?
No, shut up.
Oh, you're right. But the
He
snake's
gets to
not
fire a
even.
snake. I love that he told the snake to seek. Like, he's actually a really bad shot, and the snake is like, you
Oh
fired me
God!
wrong again.
Please hit! Please hit!
And they don't even punch the snake afterwards. Like, he pulls the snake out, and he's like, fuck.
Yeah, that's
another
one
goddamn
animal
snake arrow.
that Conan has left unpunched. That's not good.
No. It's because he's saving up the punches for the big snake later. He's got to conserve his punch energy for
His
the
snake
snakes.
punching energy.
He's building meter right now. My snake meter hasn't been filled yet.
Snake
I'm
revenge.
going for that second stage.
Snake revenge meter.
It's in there pretty damn deep, too.
Well, it seeked.
It's actually, I wonder if that was an actual snake, too, that he was doing.
Mm.
Because it curled up like that. If it wasn't real, it's pretty damn realistic. Of course, you know she's gone. Like, this is the final thing that I want. I think that's pretty cool. Like, her final breath, she gives to him, like, inherit this.
A lot of female Conan characters, especially in the comics, like are just nothing. They're
They're just...
It's the only one that sticks around for any huge amount of time is Red Sonja. And I always I bought a Conan comic with Red Sonja where they just team up and fight a cool villain. And I like that team up because they're like super equals, and Conan's like, man, I'll never be able to tame you, and she's like, I'll never be able to do the same to you, so we're just going to meet whenever we meet, and we're not going to bother.
One of the common trappings that kind of annoys me with female characters is there's a big reactionary thing of we need to have a strong female character, and people interpret that too literally, so they just make like ass-kicking lady that's in spandex, Scarlett Johansson or something, just throw her in spandex, and she just flips around beating up everyone, no one can beat her, and she has no personality otherwise. She just has this scowl on her face as she shows everyone her butt. Like, look how fucking sexy I am, beat up everyone. I'm super cool. And that's all she is. It's much more difficult to have an actual strong character that just so happens to also be female, while at the same time they also kick ass, which would be like a Ripley character.
Yeah,
or Sarah Connor.
No. I was just about to say Ripley or Sarah Connor. It's true.
Those probably the two big movie examples.
Yeah, like especially of the last like decades. Sad to say,
but I kind of I don't think anyone's going to be saying that Valeria is up there with.
Yeah, but in a movie like this, she's got way more than she. In fact, she might have the most dialogue in the whole movie.
Yeah, she probably carries the theme of the movie better than anyone else does, actually.
Because Conan shouldn't even be the one to do it. So it should always be another character. The second you have Conan try to give a big emotional speech, he's just fumble all over his words.
Yeah, Conan's job is Conan is the weapon. That's the whole thing of this movie. Conan is just a weapon. He doesn't know how to use himself yet. That would be the second movie, which hasn't happened yet. But for the time being, he's being transformed into a deadly weapon. And part of that is just him suffering and losing and having more reasons to strengthen himself in the fire of the forge and whatnot. And kind of the sad thing about her is that she was born into this horrific life of having nothing and having no one to love, having no parents or anything. And finally she finds someone, and he's foolish enough to run off and get himself endangered, trying to avenge his family that he lost because he also has nothing. And in the process, she ends up losing her life. But her final thing is not saying, why did you do this? Why did you leave me? Or anything like that. It's just inherit my will, get vengeance for me. Live your own life now. Which is really cool of her.
I can't wait to tell someone to avenge me.
Yeah.
I'll
gets the
relish
sex jewel
that
too.
day. Yeah.
The sex jewel glinting in the fires of her corpse.
In the fires of sex.
Yeah. He's like, she finally burst into that fireball just like that lady did all those years ago.
Like a month ago. Ah,
I
it
guess
really
that
makes
was
you
the
think.
burning someone probably is way easier than like burying a or digging a giant hole.
It's really tiring.
I don't have time for this. I bet he is just sick of her shit right now.
She's been doing this for hours.
Like he's sitting there thinking about the woman that he could have lived an entirely different life up to this
Yep.
point. And now that entire life is gone, he's thinking about that, what he has to become now for the next 60 or whatever years until he dies of old age. And she's over there, really? Now?
And she's like a spoiled princess.
She's the worst thing in
She's
his life
the
right now.
Worst thing in life. I love any movie any Schwarzenegger movie where he has to spend a good chunk of time building cool traps.
Yeah,
like there's Predator, there's Running Man, there's like lots of little like movies where it's like, it's time to prepare.
I like that this is not it's not a montage. It's
No, not
them
really.
just sitting there. This is the one cool like lines that he gets. And it's appropriate for him too. Like he's not doing anything overly articulate. He's just equating things to what he feels is freedom. Like if he's pushing that damn wheel for his entire life,
Yeah.
the one thing that he probably feels is freedom would be like the wind. Because that's the thing that's coming from other lands and blowing into his face and leaving. In even worse company. You're still a shithead. Maybe one day I'll give you my stone of bareback sex. I don't want that, Arnold.
If you give someone that stone and the amulet of betrayal at the same time, what's the meaning behind that?
I guess, I don't know, do you just not have sex with them?
You just don't do anything. You just remain neutral.
Or maybe you're the one that gets fucked. Oh no, I betrayed myself!
Again.
I should have known better, but I did.
I should have known better to trust me.
Preparing all these amazing traps. It seems like all these things were designed by an actual military strategist.
Yeah.
He's an extra that actually gets it in the following scene. This is the beginning of my favorite track.
Those axes look so blunt and ineffective.
It's fine. I like how axes are like historically most weapons that people use were always spears because reach matters more than anything else.
Yeah, then
so you rarely actually see swords really used. Swords
remember, spears are the proto gun.
They really are. They're shitty proto guns before they invented archery, which led to more shit. But you don't really see axes that much because axes were a very specific thing that you really only use whenever you're trying to hack through big layers of like leather and very early chainmail or things like that because you needed something heavy. Otherwise, they don't really have much use at all. They're just slow and clunky for no real reason. Of course, when people started making plate mail, they went to hammers and shit. Hammers are underutilized. Really like warhammers. It's cool. Sweet. This is my favorite track. Really my favorite scene of the whole movie.
Yeah.
Because the way that it ramps up. It has a lot of energy behind it. This is one of the things where I'm talking about where Basil's music is the thing that really carries the entire narrative. Because you don't need any words at this point. And they shoot all the scenes perfectly. Everything layers right here.
Although I do like his speech being overlaid on top of like all the guys coming at him and shit.
Mm-hmm.
The hell with you.
You. Yeah.
Oh!
There's really not that many guys if you think about it.
It's like, what, 8?
Well, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 13, 14, I guess. Which I wouldn't want to have to fight 15 or something guys at the same time. Oh, you got the snake banner and everything.
And the horses are like, oh, fuck you, I'm not going to go near those spikes. Fuck off.
He's my god. I have never prayed to him.
But if I gotta pray to you, invisible man under the mountain, just let me kill all these motherfuckers.
This is a pretty metal prayer, though.
Yeah. And he's got him helping, so.
It's taken him a long time to get there. Grant me revenge. Whatever hell is. Her corpse finally stopped burning, at least. It would have been shitty if they like spat on the corpse as they rode by or something.
That'd be a little mean.
Here's the big pop. Yeah, look at all that gore.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Oh!
Oh, 3 times? Jeez, come on. Oh, again? Man, he got in like 4 or 5 hits on that one guy.
He got as many hits as he could. That's the thing with archery. It's like, oh shit, I gotta back the fuck up. Just give me room, give me room.
Yeah, it seems like most of the knowledge I have about archery and warfare is based in like the English or French warfare and shit. But archery, like right up close, if you get hit by an arrow at like point blank range, it has enough force that it can actually go right through you.
Oh shit.
And a longbow seems like it can be very effective from extreme ranges. It can go like through plate mail and shit.
Effective is the art of shooting pointy sticks at people.
We try to, like archery, swords, but really it's just pointy things that can go through skin.
Yeah. Find out whatever can go through skin. Use that.
If you think about it, really a bomb is just a lot of pointy things that are going through your skin
just
everywhere.
Condensed into a small area.
It's just an ocean of arrows if you think about it. Here's the scene that the animal rights people threw a fit about. Because of the horse rolling over into those things.
Oh, I thought it was like Mako not being able to get up.
No one cared about him. That's one of the things that director said. Is like, no one asked about him. About the extra that rolled through those things.
No.
But he pointed out, no, those things are made of rubber. They can't hurt anyone, much less a horse. They look pretty realistic, though.
Especially his big rubber hammer here.
I love how much he enjoyed doing that.
Aha!
Okay, I think this is the...
Oh!
My favorite kill in this whole thing.
My only regret was getting impaled.
This guy looks like he's too old for this in the first place.
A little
God damn,
bit.
He looks insane right there.
Oh, looks like someone's dad.
One of the unfortunate realities of ancient warfare is that they usually did go for the horse first.
Yeah, because, I mean, gotta take away their advantage.
Plus, you know, if you kill... Like, that's a resource. If you get rid of it, then they can't use it afterwards.
Yeah, you know what's not a resource is the horses in the Berserk Muso game.
You don't need
the
those.
Shittiest horses in a video game I've ever seen. Oh, blinded by sunlight, I think?
I got them with my spear. Like his pot head that he has there.
That effect didn't look great.
No.
They should have settled down on that lens flare or whatever.
Spear. Okay, here we go. Here's my favorite kill. And he has the hat there. I love that he thinks he's being cute. I know where you are. Under what circumstances? Oh yeah. That's the guy that designed the traps for the movie.
Okay.
He gets it pretty bad too. That's a rough way to go. Because usually movies don't show the guy like suffering afterwards. There's just like a generic slash and then they're just down. They're away from the scene. Thulsa Doom didn't even fight. He didn't even become like a snake or anything. He just watched. There's something to be said about an action sequence in a movie that's just, you know, it's like this. It's not like choreography or everyone's like
slow. It's deliberate.
And the sword gets deflected, saves his life, blinds him. She's got that 1970s glitter all over.
Yeah, it's a little much.
No, it's great.
No,
she's
it's
got
actually
like the sex glitter.
I don't know. The sex glitter's a little too much. Blinded by the sex glitter.
Yeah. I like he doesn't even question it. Like, whatever. This fucking Valkyrie's appearing out of nowhere again.
Just roll
It must
with
happen
it.
a lot to him. They're not even really utilizing... Like, it's fitting for the era. They're not using swordplay. They're just kind of...
Whacking at each other.
Yeah. It's still good. It's still good.
No, you're gone. I know.
Do you remember... Have you ever seen Willow?
Yes.
You remember how the main guy dies in that?
I don't remember exactly.
He gets, if I remember correctly, the dude drives a sword into his stomach and he keeps coming. So he takes another one, like puts another in him, and then finally, like, he gets one in the face through his skull mask.
Okay, yeah.
It's pretty rough. Oh, not the snake again. She apparently recognizes that he can fire snake arrows. So I guess he's been doing that around the farm
For a
quite
while
now. He's just like shooting bottles and cans.
With snakes.
Shooting antique cans.
Hey.
Why would he even try to kill her, really? Like, he went because he wanted to find
She'll
her.
rat on him?
I don't know. It was just to give them an excuse for her to be like, oh, okay, maybe he was shitty.
Yeah, I suppose so.
That's pretty much it. We blocked your one attack, idiot.
I
Why is he so enamored with that broken sword of his enemy?
I don't know.
Maybe he's contemplating the riddle of steel again, about the nature of swords and flesh. Because he was saved from being killed just then from that very sword.
And his sword broke. The sword broke,
because of his flesh. And see what he's praying to. He's not praying to Crom, he's praying to her.
Yeah, that's cool.
He's saluting her. Flesh in this case was mightier than steel. It was his allegiances to his friends that actually saved him.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was like him and his friends and their like wits that really kind of did it more than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right, everyone. So we're going to be moving our camp a couple of 1,000 miles somewhere else. I kind of pissed off a few guys.
You have a pretty good cult when everyone is chanting your last name in unison. You can't do that with mine, though. Or yours.
Call. Yeah, no, it's not great.
It's got to be one syllable. 2 at most.
Yeah, it's the only way you get this work if you rebranded yourself.
You think Conan's learned his lesson about knocking out gay men to take their stuff?
Yeah, don't knock this guy out. Just yeah.
I forget what this... Like, they had the priestess here at the end. I forget if she's that important to the plot, but they focus a lot on her. But I don't remember her being established at all through the rest of the
I think
movie.
it's got to focus on something else because everyone else is dead. Like all the other lieutenants and the princess isn't here anymore, so...
Good. She doesn't hear anything. Nah, it's probably nothing. No, wait, that is her, isn't it? Isn't that the princess? He brought her with him to help him infiltrate or something? I don't know, I always lose track of her at the end of the film.
Yeah, I mean, me as well.
Because after that one scene of the big battle, you kind of become spent with the movie. There has been some criticism of this film that it kind of ends in a very weird way.
It actually does. Like I don't think it's bad per se, but it is kind of strange.
It is fitting that, like, one of the things the director complains about is that Western audiences are very used to movies ending with this giant bang.
Yeah.
Where a bunch of shit happens and then everyone just goes away. Like it's just done. There are no consequences. Nothing really changes.
But if this scene was like maybe 10 minutes longer than what it is, then I think it would actually be awkward and strange. But this happens pretty quickly, so...
Like he actually has tasted defeat now, so he's kind of going even more batshit crazy.
Yeah, like...
I like how he's just there.
I'm here.
And for once, he didn't suspect that he was there.
Ah, you snuck up on me.
This is probably my favorite interaction between the two of them.
One of their very few. It was
Yeah,
like this
happens
scene, and
just
then there
like
was the other one. That was it.
3 times because one was nothing since it was whenever he was a child.
Yeah.
If it is not me. You are a sword, but I'm the one that forged you.
Oh wait, you're evil.
That's not even it. Like, Conan actually realizes, oh, he is right. Like, he has been more of a father to me than my actual father was, just because that's all I've ever had.
You're
All
my
I know,
purpose. To
all
kill
I know
you.
is hate. I am a sword.
It's
And
pretty
you are as
brutal.
close. Yeah. But the thing is, he is a sword, but, a sword turns against its master here.
Yeah, eventually.
Flesh is stronger than steel. And as living flesh made into a sword, he is stronger. Which I guess is what he's trying to prove there.
I
And
guess
notice
so.
he chops him with the broken sword too.
Yeah.
Maybe the broken sword was his old father's sword or something that I didn't pick up on visually.
Because you never get a lot of good establishing shots of them. To
Yeah,
like
they don't
really...
focus too much on things like that. It's one of those things where I'd have to watch and really pay close attention to everything. It's a pretty good brutal shot of him chopping at his neck like that. It seems like him and no one ever calls him James Jones. It's just James Earl Jones. But James Jones and him practiced that for quite a while.
What
I love how
the speech or or mimicking chopping off the head.
The motion of chopping, because you have to be very safe about stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. Certainly.
And he throws down the broken sword. I love how pathetic his Thulsa Doom's head rolling down that thing is.
Yeah, it's like not grand at all.
Yeah. Of course, like a lot of these scenes in movies, everything becomes way less dramatic if there is no music. Like, have you ever seen things like that where they remove all the music from a scene?
Yeah, I have.
It comes across as being very limp and impotent. Like, if it was happening in real life, that's what you would see. Just some guy like tosses your amazing leader's head down a flight of stairs.
And then everyone just quits.
That's the problem with any sort of cult or like a religion or a government even that's held together by one personality. Is that once that guy dies and other people have to take over, then everything just turns to shit.
Where'd all the charisma go? Oh.
That's what happened to the Roman Empire.
They didn't have any more charisma.
They're running, look. They're actually running, throwing their torches.
Let's get out of here. Everyone quits. Everyone just gives up their job.
Where are we going to get our dead people soup now?
Don't
We're not
worry.
going to give out the sex stones anymore?
We'll just go back into town and punch some camels until we feel better.
Just rows of camels. And he just sits there a while just thinking about stuff.
What you thinking about? Thulsa Doom stuff. The Riddle of Steel.
Punching camels. And there's that one priestess still there.
Just still repping. Just still repping the cult.
With the whole thing here is that she's supposed to basically be offering herself to him as like a new leader. Like, she needs someone to follow. Like, what about you? Like, you overcame him. And of course, his whole message, he has no dialogue here, but the whole visual message is no, you need to find your own way.
Yeah. It took this 85 takes.
Even the pose that he was sort of sitting in there is sort of reminiscent of the final kind of king pose that he gets at the very end.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of hinting at what he'll become over the next 2 movies that never happened.
But, I'm sure you must have heard at some point, but about a year ago, Arnold kept talking about how there's a script for a King Conan movie where he's going to be old and grizzled and, be a king. And,
I like movies like that.
Yeah,
I don't mind them at all.
But, that was a year ago, and he's like, oh, and there's still, no momentum on it. So I think it's the reboot movie failed spectacularly. So.
That's why there's just not enough traction for something like that. If you can play up something like the success of the the Logan movie, which just came out as a recording this.
Yeah.
Which apparently is doing very well and has very good ratings and
Yeah,
everything.
no, I read a couple of reviews. The only thing about it is that it's like it's a little overly long, but
I guess it's better than it being too short.
yeah.
I like how he just throws, like, this is his first act as an actual, like, hero. Like, he's actually trying to do something good instead of selfish for the first time in his life.
Right.
And it's to save this one little girl that's overly enamored with, you know, worshipping other people.
Yeah, it's this scene that took 85 takes to swing this around.
He just throws it up into a giant stone.
And it doesn't do anything. It doesn't
what
light
catches
anything
on fire down there?
It looks pathetic.
Yeah, it's not like the whole place that's made out of stone is going to burn down. Oh no, my rocks.
My precious antique rocks.
Antique rocks.
Look what you done to them.
Like, what's burning? What is that?
I don't know.
Our columns are on fire again.
Oh no, the box of sex stones.
Why did we make them flammable?
Seems like an incredibly bad idea. We're always around open flames.
Snakes are not known for their link to fires.
Fire resistance.
Snakes
everywhere.
The big climactic ending of the movie. Conan finally sort of, like, he realizes he is a weapon, but he is a living weapon because he is flesh. And so that's what gives him the power to be a great ruler in the future. And that's his first kind act. His first act as an actual legitimate ruler is rescuing this one person. He destroyed the rest of them.
And the whole thing about him being on the throne and shit is like something that I think has been done and redone in like the comics and stuff. It's always like a way to start it off where it's like, well, here's a tale about when he was younger, but before he became like the greatest king ever.
How do you imagine him as a king? Like, is he a good one, or is he kind of just shitty?
When I tested the Age of Conan MMO, he was a king at that stage of the game or whatever, because you never get to play as Conan, but everyone would talk about, like, you know, straight down the middle, like really, really like ruling smartly, being brutal when he has to be, being wise when he has to be, and just like awesome king. Although every other king and every other person that doesn't know him like comes in going, oh, you're just some savage idiot that came out of nowhere.
The thing I have with Conan is he's very much so a wish fulfillment character.
Yes.
Like, he's the big strong guy. He beats up everyone.
He's like everyone.
Yeah, he's basically Batman. He's like the Incredible Hulk for little kids. Like, he's just this strong guy that wins all the time, right?
He never not wins.
But that's not what Conan actually is. Like, Conan's kind of a pathetic, like, conniving, selfish human being in almost all the stories.
Like we said before, he's a thief that'll just do whatever, just wants to get paid.
Yeah,
really.
He's Conan the Barbarian. That's his whole thing.
It's only when he gets to become a king where it's like he takes all of his years of experience and says, you know what, I might as well do this.
Yeah.
I've done everything else.
That's the whole culmination to his character, is that, you know, he is a sword that's being forged to rule eventually. But I kind of imagine that he would not be an incredibly effective king because he's grown up with violence being the solution to everything. So he wouldn't be able to he wouldn't be able to manage an economy or handle marketing strategies or shit like that like a king would. He wouldn't be able to do all that. He'd probably be a terrible king. So anytime that I see him on the throne, I kind of imagine that the reason why his brow is burdened is because he's having to handle things that he can't really handle. And his glory days were behind him in his past whenever he was, you know, forging his own destiny.
Yeah.
So the whole idea of him being this amazing, like, that's his wish fulfillment. It's not actually his character. So I always kind of liked the idea that he was not particularly an effective king, but he was a historical landmark in an era in which there was no history, which I think is pretty cool about Conan.
Like everything that I kind of know about is like his ultimate kind of reward or send off is like getting to be this just king, and like everyone kind of not groveling to his feet, but like he gets respected at the end of the day, except for like, when there's another ruler from another land that's just like, hey, what the fuck is this fucking place? Where you got this barbarian over there?
Yeah, in an era prehistory where there is no civilization or anything, that's pretty much all you can ask for is to just be feared by everyone around you, and that's it.
That's all
Because
I
you're
need.
you're an era of shitty people that trade sex amulets and punch out camels all the time.
All I need is to be respected and feared. Yeah, there you go. This movie was shot entirely on location in Spain.
Yeah, that's what I figured. They did have to move that one time just because of they had to leave the country because of the uprising that was happening at the time. But that was it. Pretty cool movie.
Yeah, no,
one of my favorite movies to watch. Wasn't like the greatest movie that's ever been made, but certainly a lot better than any theoretical movies that were never made, that never came out after this.
Yeah. It was a thing that was created.
That never happened afterwards.
No.
Fantastic. I'm glad that I'll never have to watch the sequel.
No, you should definitely watch the Conan reboot thing, because Khal Drogo plays him, if you knew.
Didn't it happen twice?
Nah, just once.
Oh, fuck.
And it is really violent. Like, it was rated R, and it was quite violent. Like, probably more violent than this. But it was just, like, terrible
Hollow.
CG, awful villains, bad acting. But, yeah, very hollow. But, like, just in terms of seeing, like, how you can do this character terribly, it's amazing. It excels at that.
If you remove scenes like her talking to him about, don't leave, just let us keep what we have now.
Right.
And scenes like him saying, do you envy the wind and things like that. If you remove all those scenes, this is a very hollow movie that just has some good action scenes. That's what gives it its personality. That's what makes it memorable, because it's something, it actually means something. It has character. That's the cool thing about it.
No, that's one of those reasons why I think it holds up, because like the action is fine, but it's not spectacular or anything. But it's like everything all together kind of.
Yeah, a lot of the action is even shitty, because that's the whole point. They don't know what they're doing.
You're like, in retrospect, I think it was all terrible, the fighting.
Yeah, this is the legend of Conan. This is Conan just writhing on the ground, punching out a vulture. Yeah, they're gonna hurt me. Where's my fire six? I miss it.
The greatest hero of our generation.
And he's fucking horrible. I love that.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so that's the movie. I'm going to go find my amulet of betrayal so that I can.
I'll
give
find
it to
my
you
sex
for no
amulet.
reason. Yeah, we'll give one another our sex amulets of betrayal.
All right, sure.
We might do something like this again sometime.
Yeah, no,
I'm
absolutely.
thinking about some other projects.
Absolutely.
All right. So this is me, Eli, Plague of Gripes. Matt from Super Best Friends Play.
Yeah, that's me.
All right. So hope you guys enjoyed a little commentary track. I will see you guys next time.
Later.
So long.